have to say, I actually hate my webcam being here. But this game is so fucking UI heavy. It is so UI central that I don't know what else to do with it. Like, if I put it on the other side, I'm blocking the ATB, not the ATB. Oh my god, okay. I've been playing too much Final Fantasy. Maybe that's okay. Maybe y'all don't need to see that, because I find this so, like, unnerving. I'm so used to seeing the other angle that this just feels, like, really wrong. I also feel like it's a general... It's not a 100% thing. Not everyone does this. But I feel like in the language of YouTube, Twitch, gaming video, I feel like being in the left corner is kind of fucked up. Like, it's actually kind of rude. I feel like everybody is so right side of the screen pilled, so right side looking down maxing that this just feels inappropriate. Also, I made myself a hot chocolate. I don't know if you can see without me pouring it out that it's brown, but it sure is. You cannot. It is a vegan one. And it's fucking hot, so maybe I won't be drinking that for now. Maybe I will just hold out here instead of watching the Tubbo stream. That is an honor, because if I've heard anything of the past 24 hours, 48 hours about Tubbo's stream, I've heard one thing, and that is that everyone is watching it. So yippee. Yay. I don't know if I want to be on this side of the screen. I hate this side of the screen. It's driving me insane. Where am I supposed to... I'm moving myself back. I'm actually going to move myself back. I can't do this. I can't do this to all of us. Right. Oh, see, now that looks weird. Oh, I hate this. It's my hair. It's that when I'm on the other side, my hair looks weird. Like, I feel like this is the way my hair looks when I'm streaming. It, like, kind of falls there, and then it's a bit more tucked in there. And that feels right. And I can't do it the other way around. From what I've heard, Dream is getting whacked, and I do in fact love to see it. Yeah, as a person that was never a Dream enjoyer, I'm not gonna say I was a Dream hater. I just kind of didn't get the hype. I was very aware that if I was like 13, I would have got the hype. And I can factually prove that, because when I was 13, I got the hype of Sky Does Minecraft, so I'm not immune to Minecraft YouTuber. But definitely by the age of, like, 19 onwards, which is when Dream popped up, I was very immune to that. Yeah, I was on the left because there is a lot of this game on the right-hand side of the screen, and I didn't want my webcam to cover it. But the second I'm like, so this is the direction the camera normally faces. And when I'm facing where my monitor is, where my webcam is, it means that I'm doing, like, I'm looking this way to look at the game. Which is, like, really fucked up, right? Like, I just think it's stupid to be like, hey guys, playing the video game today. And it's like, Mello, the video game's behind you. And I'm like, what? Sorry, can't hear you. So I don't want to do that, but I think I'm gonna have to just move myself back over here because, like, this just feels right. I actually can't stand being on the other side of the screen. And Twitch chat needs to be here as well. This is just, simply put, this is what makes sense. This feels right. That way I can look this way. This is the angle of my face that this is the angle. This is the only one. I can't be seen from other angles. That's just true. That's a fact. And we're just gonna have to accept that for some portions of the game, you're not gonna be able to see a very important gameplay meter that I'm gonna talk about. The only other thing I've thought about is putting myself in the bottom right, but then I'm covering up even more important information. In fact, you know what the solution to this is? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Space Madness. Hi. I'm sorry that I disappeared for the second that you arrived. That, I promise, that wasn't a you thing. That was just a... that would be the way to fix my dilemma, right? And I used to stream without a webcam. When I played Hollow Knight back in 2020, I streamed entirely without a webcam. That was my default. In fact, I gate-kept webcam behind, like, 50 followers or something. So, yeah. Also, I want to check something. You're a Dream hater. Good for you. Good for you. I would be proud of that fact. I was Dream neutral, and now I'm still like a Dream neutral, except I'm like slightly fascinated. In fact, no, now I'm a Dream hater. It's just with very limited knowledge of the situation. I know probably just enough to hate, but no more than that, and no less. I know the, you know, the optimal amount to have just that opinion. Techno gal, I'm not immune either. Dreams always just give me weird vibes. Yeah, that's fair. I honestly think a person's ability to vibe check and be right is very powerful. Like, my boyfriend's vibe checks are always correct. He's only ever been, you know, proven correct. He's had bad vibes about someone that everyone else has loved, and he's been like, oh, I feel bad. This, no one else seems to agree. And then like 5 years later, he's been playing the long game. 5 years later, they do something horrible, and he's proven right. And I feel like that's what's happened with you, Thievery. You were a hater, you didn't get the vibes, and you have in fact been proven right. Man, this is a hot chocolate. I guess it's why they call it that. Okay, also I appreciate that the game has been loaded up for a while and I haven't done anything. It's for a very important reason. I'm trying to track it down. Okay, so my important reason was that I realized... Okay, so I was realizing that it's taking me fucking forever to play this game. Part of that is because I keep streaming for only an hour and then stopping. So, you know, it is my own fault. But it occurred to me that maybe a good way to get through more of it would be to do like a longer stream. But the only times I've ever done a longer stream have been like for celebratory reasons, you know? Yeah, I'm like halfway through the game at best, according to IGN's walkthrough of the chapters of the game. And it's occurred to me that, yeah, doing like a 6-hour stream would be a really good way to speed it up. The last time I did a 6-hour stream, as far as I'm aware, was, and I can even go check this because I have my VODs somewhere. Yeah, okay, the last time I did a 6-hour stream was when I played Resident Evil 3. The time before that was on the 7th of October in 2020, which was my 9-month anniversary. The bit being that, like, I'd been streaming long enough to have had a child. But it occurred to me that, like, if I wanted an excuse to do a longer stream, a really good excuse would be, like, a celebration. And then it occurred to me that this month I've been streaming for 5 years. As of the 7th of January, which I streamed on that day and everything, and I didn't even think of it. As of the 7th of January, I have streamed for 5 years. And yeah, not every single week. There have definitely been some weeks that I've not streamed. There have even been, like, a few weeks in a row that I've not streamed. But barring, like, the occasional 3-week break, and by occasional I mean, like, maybe 3 total 3-week breaks, I have streamed at least once every week for 5 years. And I forgot to celebrate. I forgot to do anything about it. I think my stream last Tuesday was just like, hi, playing the game, bye now. So I want to celebrate maybe a bit belatedly. Perhaps in February I might try and do a 6-hour stream of this game to celebrate and to hopefully get through, like, way more game. He's been, like, actually fabricating evidence to imply that Tom Innit runs child labor edition sweatshops, and he's... Oh, child labor editor sweatshops, like, he's unhinged. Yeah, I've heard that he had a crash out. I was getting a couple TikToks of, like, the dream crash out. I've heard people say, like, defending him, like, oh, he's just doing a joke, he's doing a bit. But it's like, a bad bit doesn't justify what you're saying, you know? Like, it can be a bit, But if it, you know, but it's bad. It's a bad bit. And even being a bit doesn't mean you can just kind of have a public, wild conspiracy era where you accuse people of things for funsies. Hello. Hello, Bright. I don't know why the text-to-speech hasn't played. I don't see a single bad word in your message. Maybe the bad word is sorry, actually, because you never have to be sorry. You're never late. Say it with me. You're never late. Mellow is. Sorry, say it with me. I'm never late, Mellow is. There you go. I have to change the personal in there. Terrible bits are no excuse. Yeah, right? Like, you can't just hide behind a bit. You can't just be like, oh, guys, I'm sorry. It was a bad bit. You don't make something fixable even by a good bit, sometimes. Is he Thosy really? Like, actually? Do we actually believe that, gang? I don't believe it. The very limited stuff I've seen, it very much feels like someone that, like, wants to say something, but they keep being like, huh, I'm kidding, though. But even they don't mean it. Has anyone voted for any games yet? Not so far. Not so far, but also, why would I even tell you that? In fact, let me open up Twitch. Let's see my creator dashboard briefly. And let's also bring myself closer to the screen. Community. No, it's not community. It's in viewer rewards. I find... No, it's not viewer rewards. It is. It's perhaps channel points. Twitch is so fucking complicated on the, like, creator back end. Why do I have a million settings? And why are all of them just words? That's not even what I wanted to open anyway. I wanted to open the stream manager. I had a bit of a moment. There we go. Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see-poo. Okay, well, I know how many votes have gone to what, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to very carefully not say anything. Cool. Who are we talking about? Dream. Hate, always a hater no matter who. Dream, definitely. Yeah. Okay, I have a secret to share. I have never, ever cared about Minecraft YouTuber Dream. Ever. I don't think I've watched a single Dream stream, ever. However, I think in 2020, I learned that there was a really, really popular, like, Dream... What was the ship? The Dream and George ship. I found out there was an insanely popular fanfic called Heat Waves, named after and relating to the Glass Animal song Heat Waves. And I was like, wouldn't it be so funny if I read it? And then I read it, and I was like, it's kind of a good fanfic. This is kind of every trend I like. It was just an entirely longing and, a longing fanfic. It was great. I loved it. I stand by that. But that's my only connection to Dream as a concept. That one fanfic. And boy, was it good, actually. Boy, was that one fanfic of a higher quality than I think anything Dream has ever produced. Stop, you're getting waterboard out of me. I like to share. I love to share. I think it's silly to share things that you wouldn't waterboard out of other people. Or even out of me, you know? I share because this is a safe space, because none of you are judging me, right? No one's judging me. I wouldn't share this if I thought you would all judge me. So, okay, not at all. Good to know. Good to know. I'll keep saying this information. I'll keep saying stuff like this. I will say it louder and prouder than I ever have. Not proud. That's a lie. I would never be proud. Right. So, here's what I'm thinking. I have 32,000 gil and a decent amount of items. I could stay here and farm for ages. Like, don't get me wrong. There is a part of me that is incredibly tempted to never leave this place and simply farm for stuff forever. But I think that I shouldn't. I think that it would be a bad idea. So therefore I'm not going to. I'm going to make it out of the Thunder Plains, and then we're going to progress the story. And if I so desperately want to come back here again, perhaps I could even be tempted to just, like, reload a save and redo stuff in my own time. Which is a really bad idea, but, you know, I have the option. Real even. So real. Real for real. Okay, let's steal. Let's steal for real. Silent Hill 2 might have jumped up like a good chunk of votes since last stream. Yeah, it did seem pretty high when I had a quick look just now, but I was kind of assuming that, you know, I wasn't having any thoughts about it. I've kind of accepted that Silent Hill 2 is in all likelihood going to win, and I'm just, there's nothing I can do, you know. That's everybody's choice. Oh, I hate that I'm covering the screen that shows turn order. Because every time I pop a luck and haste combo, the amount of steals I get for Riku is fucking insane. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, I've just moved the enemy down, like, 4 blocks. This guy will never get a turn. Riku will be able to try and steal from this guy forever. There will be no end. I hate him so much I need him to go down. Me neither, I just got a terrible impression of him through Techno. I hear good stuff about Techno. The very limited stuff I hear about, like... Well, I guess just the very limited stuff you hear about a YouTube or internet personality that you don't engage with. I think I hear good stuff about Techno, and I hear good stuff about Filza, and that's it. I hear nothing else good about anyone else, and that's not a lie, I mean that. Oh, Lulu got killed. I forget that I need to take this guy seriously. I get so distracted with just popping a million steals. I only found about Dream when he did that face reveal that didn't go very well. Yeah, a face reveal that went so badly that I feel like part of the thing I've been hearing is that most people forgot that Dream existed until now. So basically, Dream was really popular, did a face reveal that was terrible, and then apparently kind of just floated around doing nothing until the other day when he decided to just tell lies and mistruths for funsies. I can do Mortera Fury? Ooh, yeah. I can't remember what minigame it makes me do. Oh, it makes me do this. I remember now. I get it now. I get it now. It makes me do a shit ton of those. Yeah, I remember the Dream face reveal. I remember the, when he hit the whole... What was it? The whole... He really hit the... I can't even say I'm any better. Like, for those of you that weren't here the first 5 minutes of the stream, I had my webcam facing the other way and I went on a whole tangent about how upset I was to have to look like this as opposed to this. Which is wah-wah, right? Incredibly wah-wah of me. Him and George spent the entirety of Techno's memorial charity stream that was organised by his dad being gross and lying about donating money. Fucking horrible. Also, I've only just now, like, in the context of that, remembered who Techno was. And yeah, I only heard good stuff at the time. Yeah, that's terrible. That's incredibly bad vibes. I feel like in that time period, Dream, and by extension George, I think, felt like they could get away with anything because of how popular they were as a duo. And a lot of their popularity as a duo was the shipping that... I don't know how much they played into that, but I imagine it was at least a little. Okay, who's going first? Let's bring out the good old Tidus. Actually, I'm lying. I'm hitting the Riku steal again. I can't stop myself. I'm actually obsessed with making Riku steal. That's everybody's choice and Zoe's choice. Well, you know, other people have also thrown their hat into the ring for Silent Hill 2. It was a bad choice on my part, you know. I massively underestimated how much more you would care specifically about Silent Hill 2, Bright, compared to other things. I underestimated. And for that, I'm sorry. I assumed that it would be a more complicated competition. I assumed that there would be some, like, internal debate about whether you wanted Village or... Like, I assumed your vote, Bright, would be split between Village and Silent Hill 2. That never happened. I don't like people called George. To be honest, like, why are you doing that? Yeah, the name George is forever it's kind of just tainted by the concept of Curious George. I will never be able to untangle the two. Like, I feel like the name George is just the name of a little cartoon, silly little monkey, you know? That's not a human name. That's the name of just a little guy. He wasn't terrible in some of his content, he's just fucking ugly. Yeah, I think the main thing at the time was just like, so many people had built him up to be a certain way, and then he didn't. He wasn't. And it was kind of huge. It was kind of massive. It was kind of the big thing of the day. Pretty sure there were a couple allegations towards him during that time, so he probably was doing something. Yeah, he's never had good press, right? Like, I don't think there's ever been a point I heard anything good other than Dream SMP. And I think I did used to watch a little bit of Dream SMP, but I never watched anything from Dream's perspective. Embarrassingly, I watched from Wilbur Soot's perspective, which is also not a thing to be proud of. In fact, definitely not a thing to be proud of. At all. And I'm not proud. I'm disappointed. Dream looks like someone tried an anvil on his face as a child and survived. Why would you ever? Yeah, I just feel like Dream should have rode the face reveal coming train forever. He had gold, right? Like, it sounds like he basically could have gotten away with fucking anything as long as he didn't do a face reveal. Like, as long as he didn't have a face, the people kind of ate it up no matter what. And then he revealed his face for no reason. For no reason other than a momentary boost in attention, which I imagine immediately turned into whatever the opposite of a boost is. I imagine it very quickly went badly. Also, hello? I like the Twitch smile. Thank you, Thievery, for the, Wait. There are too many numbers there. 2 months? 2 months. Wait. For 6 months in advance? That's an option. Did you just subscribe for 6 months? You know what? Either way is amazing. Thank you. I didn't know that was an option, though. I don't know what I'm seeing. In my defense, Twitch adds a new option every 3 hours. Just did that 2 months ago. Oh, hell yeah! Thank you, Thievery. That's really cool. I don't think I noticed last time. I'm sorry about that. I think last time I heard the loud music and I saw the number and I went, oh, cool. As opposed to, oh, cool. It's been spamming me to share. Yeah, Twitch will not let you hold that in. Also, hello? Thank you, Bright, for the 5 gifted subs. You know that I owe people subs, right? Oh, this is gonna keep going. Oh, this is literally never gonna end. There's gonna be a beep for every single one. That's fine. That's allowed. I like to see it. I guess this is the temporary downside to having a really loud sub alert noise. Okay. Spurs close to 100, it was bothering me. Well, now you have to stop. You've hit the perfect number, like now's the time. Oh, I wanted to steal something so badly. Okay, this is surely the last one, right? We can only, 229, that was one off killing it in one shot. Also, once Riku dies, I'm gonna catch up with Twitch chats. Now's a perfect time. Yeah, Dream messaging minors covering up his best friend's sexual assault allegations. Yeah, God, I had forgotten about that. I think it is a testament to how fast the internet moves and how many famous people, including YouTubers, how many famous people with power immediately take advantage of that. Shut up about Dream now, I just annoyed myself. Hey, it's interesting to hear. You're uncovering memories about Dream that I'd completely forgotten. Like, I think I'd hit the point where I was just like, oh, Dream's just a YouTuber that kind of sucked. And now is having a public meltdown. I had forgotten that actually there were some very serious extra add-ons there that had simply been lost in my mind to time. Yeah, I know. Village isn't a new experience for me. I want to play it on stream eventually, though. I just assumed it might get pushed forward a little. But that's okay. Wilbur, yeah. Not the wife beater. But, like, pretty much. Pretty much is what I'll say. In fact, no, he might have... I think I only learned a little before I basically completely cut myself off from any Wilbur content. But basically just some really, like, person in power taking advantage of someone. I don't even know if the power thing played into it, just person feeling like they can take advantage of someone, which just sucks in any context, to be honest. Okay, I'm still catching up. I like Row Village 2, but I'm too nostalgia brain to not vote for Silent Hill 2. The thing is, you know what it is as well? Because Silent Hill 2 is so fresh in everyone's minds, I put a new stimulus that is also an old stimulus in front of everyone and expected people to not, like, crave the stimulus. Which was a bad idea on my part. I should have expected it to do as well as it has done. I don't know why I for even a second imagined that it just... people would be like, oh, whatever. A popular game that recently released that I have connections to from my childhood, or from my younger years. Yeah, okay. Whatever, though. I'm 100% stopping. I do want to buy a house one day. I want you to buy a house one day.
Let's go.
I think stopping at 100 gift subs is, like, perfect, right? It's the perfect number. It's simultaneously impressive, scary, and round. Why didn't I heal anyone? Well... oh, I really like... oh, damn it. I really like Riku being able to steal from these people too. Shit. Well, okay, let's do what we can. She's got 1 health. She's going for it. She's cool. Also, I saw Final Fantasy X, more like Fortnite 1. Hello, party, and thank you for that. This game is remarkably similar to Fortnite. I have been thinking that, and thank you for saying it. Thank you finally for saying it. Also, wait. Bright said, oh yeah, I'm up to date on Squid Games. It's so hard. I mean Beast Games, but what's the difference? Do you mean Beast Games? Do you mean that you've been watching Beast Games? Do you mean that? Okay. Do I want delay attack, or do I want... I want delay attack. Or do I? Oh, okay, no, I want no, I don't want Lulu. I want...
Well then, what next?
I want Yuna? Yeah, I think I'm gonna cure Riku and just hope that we can get some stuff out of this. How many squids are in Squid Games? I have heard, 4 and no more, Johan. That's the rhyme. That's the classic rhyme we all know from Squid Games. 4 and no more. 4 and no more. 4 and no more squids in the game. 4 no more squids. They say that a lot in the show. I should know because I have definitely seen it. 100%. I hope this doesn't kill them. In fact, let's, like, purposefully miss. There we go. Nice. I can't remember how much health these guys have, so that could have... I could have screwed myself over there, but I guess we'll see. He was abusive to his girlfriend, at least. Yeah, okay. I'd forgotten that element. But, like... it feels like it was ages ago. I remember it... It must have only been, like... a year? It must have only been a year, but yeah, that feels like ages. Like I say, I think my brain is constantly getting lost in how many people who have had power on the internet have taken advantage of that within seconds, basically. So, party voted for Silent Hill 2? This feels like cheating. I feel like Bright should not have been allowed to shore up as much support for this idea as she has. But also, I guess I didn't set any rules for this game. I guess it is allowed. I guess it's fine, actually. Okay, well that's useless. Maybe I should haste Lulu, honestly. Yeah, go for it. So I hope you don't mind birthday presents wrapped in Christmas wrapping paper. No, that sounds lovely. That sounds perfect. How did you know? I've always wanted birthday presents wrapped in, Christmas paper. It will make me feel more festive, which I would appreciate. I would love to feel more festive. Let's do luck. That's cool with me. I'm just excited for presents. 100 gift subs over nearly 5 years. Yeah, I'm scared of the maths of that. What is that, like 20 a year? Oh, that's another thing. I don't know if I don't know who's here when I mentioned this, but fun fact, last Tuesday when I streamed this game, I forgot to mention that that was my 5-year anniversary of streaming. The 7th of January 2020 is technically my first stream. I only say technically because I played Stardew Valley for about half an hour in near silence, so I almost don't feel like it should count, but it was on the 7th of January, so it's been 5 years. Hell yeah. And at some point in the next month, I would really love to do a longer Final Fantasy X stream to kind of cover two things. To, first of all, make some good progress in this game. And second of all, it just feels like a good way to celebrate. Actually, before I trigger the plot, let me catch up. This game really is an encounter every 3 steps. It doesn't help that I had backtracked really far to be able to do more encounters. So I kind of doomed myself. Four Squids is barely a game. No, Johan, you don't get it. They're really good. The 4 Squids are really good at gaming. That's why it's a game, because of how good they are. So now you get it. Feb 2024 for the Wilberset thing. That makes sense. Because I remember where I was when I talked about it with Party. So a year, nearly a year makes sense. Okay, Riku, calm down. We're out of scary lightning now. Oh, the way the camera went, for a second I thought it was going to switch to, like, playing as Riku. And I was about to go feral. You're telling me I don't get to play as Riku, I just have to play as boring old Tidus?
You're worried about Yuna.
Of course I'm worried.
Yeah, I am worried. She's agreed to marry some old-ass guy.
The simplest answer.
And that's not ageism. We should all be concerned about what Yuna agreed.
To marry him, she hopes to negotiate with Seymour.
Negotiate what?
Negotiate what?
I wonder.
Man, it is not a good feeling
All by herself?
to be aligned with Tidus. A character characterized by dumbassery. That's actually very embarrassing.
Well then, why don't we do something about it?
Yuna wants it this way.
Okay, but maybe Yuna shouldn't just get everything she wants, particularly
I
if
just
all
don't
of the
get it.
people who are there to protect her think
Doesn't
it's a
she
bad
trust
idea.
us?
On the contrary,
Also, this is a really pretty environment.
she doesn't want us caught up in whatever it is she's planning.
But why? We could help.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She's making me sad.
That makes me worry even more. She could just tell us.
Yeah, she's actually notoriously a terrible
That's the
sharer.
way she is.
She's
She's
built
naive,
different, worse
Serious
at
to a
talking.
fault, and doesn't ask for help.
You're
Okay,
probably
but
right.
when we know
is
these
easy to
problems, why don't we help?
Yeah, she
Aura
is.
knows her so well. Why aren't we
But
helping?
hard to guard. Stand by her. Always.
That is a scary thing to say from a character that has slight knowing the future vibes. May or so in 2020 when I was here. Yeah, I remember. That was when I was playing Hollow Knight. And that was
It's
around
funny
the
how
time
calm
that
I
I
was.
got
Maybe it was
affiliate
because I
status on
realized
Twitch.
that Yuna wasn't marrying Seymour for love. Not really.
Mm-hmm.
It was just her duty. Something she had to do before returning to her pilgrimage.
Yeah, I hate her duty.
That's what I kept telling myself anyway.
Her duty's kind of pissing
And,
me
well,
off.
maybe.
This world's
I realized
fucked
that
anyway.
Yuna and I'd never, you know. Yuna, let's go.
What are the vibes right now? Her duty. Yeah, her stinky, actually. Her poopy. The music is very pretty here. And Macalania Woods. This is gorgeous. This is like a gorgeous area, and I'm glad that I get to explore it. Ooh, okay, I'm not saving over my Thunder Plains save data. Because now if I ever want to go back and just crank out some more Thunder Plains time, I can. Hell yeah. Also, hello Corvus,
Final
hello!
Fantasy 10? More like your chance, my glee, then.
Final Fantasy X, more like Line Kill Chance My Glee Ben. Corvus, that is a stretch.
Lady
That
Yuna,
is
it
a
is good to see you made it through safely.
hell of a stretch.
And if I may,
Nice job.
congratulations on your betrothal.
Good job.
Maester Seymour's people are
Poetry. It's poetry because it rhymes.
Take that road to go to Makalania Temple.
Okay, but what if I want to take this road? Okay, that's the road I'll take later, I suppose, when I'm done. I guess in the meanwhile, I'll take this beautiful, glowing, dappled treetop path. If I must. Theory voted for Ori. That's a weird way to vote for Silent Hill 2. I'll have you know, some people want other games.
More like Chime will answer
To be men? Chime will answer be men? Ugh, don't bring bees into this. Don't do that. Okay. Let's steal from this fucked up looking creature. I love stealing. Right, do I want delay or do I want haste? Oh! Oh man, you're telling me slow is an option?
Relax, take it easy.
Slow is fantastic. I'll be using the hell out of that. Right, then switching Kamari, because I need to kind of vaguely assess this guy and figure out what's going on. Vulnerable to threaten. Well, I don't think I have that. Darkness and silence work well. Vulnerable to threaten. Okay. That's okay. Good to know. Waka has darkness and silence. So, maybe let's go with silence for now. And maybe I can toss on a little darkness later. Also, Bright, you have to answer me. Have you actually watched all of Beast games so far? I'm very curious. That's not great. By the way, can I say that I actually adore just, like, slowing and speeding up characters. I think the second my brain locked in on the fact that I can do this, I've been having so much more fun with combat. I've been having more fun and simultaneously been much less creative. I feel like I do the same thing now every time, and that is crank steel and luck just so hard. And there's not even a point, you know? Even I'm vulnerable to being threatened. Amen. Amen, besties. Speak your truth. I feel the same way. If someone threatened me, I would also probably curl up in a ball with my 3 animal heads as a incredibly fast child stole from me. I can see that being what would happen. You know, in fairness. In fairness, I have to say. Let's go with Lancet. I love Lancet. Also, I see those votes for Village. Thank you for voting for Village, Corvus. Thank you for everyone turning this into a real competition, as opposed to not a competition, which is what it's been for a while. I feel like Silent Hill 2 simply winning is not a competition yet. You did answer, you're up to date? Hell yeah. Are you as morbidly entertained by it as I am? Do you find yourself entertained without knowing quite how or why, and resenting the fact that you're entertained? Because that's how I feel. Morbidly entertained. Right. Petrifies, water damage, sacrifice, jump. Let's just go with jump. For my love. Jump hit. Those are the only words I know of that song. Cool. I love that I don't have to do any, like, specific button presses with him. That makes me feel safe and good. Maybe Yuna? What's Yuna got to do? I could always bring in a summon. All she has is pray. I swear to God, I'm gonna get her better attacks at some point. I'm gonna give her something, I swear, that's better than this. Cool vote for Ori? Interesting! Interesting! You love to see it! You love to see all of these votes going into unique and interesting places. I certainly do, anyway. I like to see it. I'm beginning to get the feeling, perhaps, that Bright does not, but, whose channel is it? Is it mine? It might not be. No one's told me, but it could be. In fact, it probably is. I would say that it might be. God, okay, what? Let's just delay again. I love delay attack! I need to get Titus more MP because I'm using the shit out of delay attack. I'm going crazy on delay attack. Not that I even needed to. He died, I killed him. And I got some level ups. Ooh, and ability spheres, hell yeah. I think in fairness that's because Kamari's weapon, I'm pretty sure, has, like the ability thing on it. Let's go to the sphere grid. I know everyone loves the sphere grid. I know everybody's favorite part of the stream is when I go to the sphere grid and I just unlock things for like a good 5 minutes. We all love that, right? And I would be genuinely shocked if I found out that that was not the case. I would be shocked and horrified. And embarrassed. I find it baffling. I'm not very entertained though. All of the participants piss me off. Yeah. Real. Like the deceitful evil brothers. There was a bit for context, I've also been watching Beast Games. And I wish I wasn't. But I'm finding myself like morbidly curious about it. Maybe you're right that entertained isn't the word, but it's like, now that I've started watching it, I have to keep going, you know? But basically, there was a lot of the games are just like self-elimination challenges sometimes, which basically means that a lot of the time, people only progress if someone else eliminates themselves. So basically, what that translates to is that all of like the selfless, you know, other people focused contestants have had about 6 opportunities to leave the show, which means that the only people left are categorically people that like barely even considered, like never considered giving up their chance to win for someone else. So it's like, what if a game show but everyone was kind of the worst? And also, like, everybody has an incredibly valid reason to need a lot of money, which makes it feel really emotionally discordant when somebody, like, betrays another person or lies, because it's like, why are you such an asshole, you know? Why did you do that to them? Which is not entertaining, but is definitely, like, something. Ariel, vulnerable to ice, watch out for poison. Oh, that's what I like to hear. In fact, that is what I like to hear. Waka, can you please come out with your ice ranged attack weapon? Thank you. That would have been really cool if he'd have actually killed him. But, you know, whatever. We can't win them all. Let's increase luck. Why not? And yeah, okay, so in one of the games, basically, 3 people, like, people were asked to put themselves into teams of 3, which obviously then meant that basically everyone put themselves in teams with their friends. And one of those teams were 2 brothers and then 1 random, like, extra woman that was there with them. And what these brothers did is that they basically orchestrate. Okay, so they had, in their team of 3, they were all trapped in a room for like 5 hours or something, and they were told that 2 of them would progress, but only if one of them self-eliminated. Which, when 2 of them are brothers and one of them is just some random woman that's there as well, meant that the 2 brothers, like, immediately did everything in their power to, like, get this woman out, which involved one of the brothers refusing to do anything, just sitting there, like, smiling smugly, and the other brother basically massaging this woman's brain with his evil mind games, to get her to, like, give in, basically, and just eliminate herself. And it was really hard to watch because it was very obviously just footage of this poor woman getting, like, very manipulated by the evilest pair of brothers you could possibly imagine. And then both of those brothers are still in the game show. One of those brothers could still win $5 million off of the back of manipulating very cruelly just this poor woman that was there with them. And this is like, it's like the only character, they're like the only people that have gone at it with such evil vibes. It's actually your channel, Thievery? You just lease it? Oh, well, I guess it's your decision then what wins. That's fair, that makes sense. Vulnerable to opposing element. Okay, so, as I like to say, the opposing element of water is thunder, I think. I think, I'm not 100% sure though. I love the sphere grid, I love the sphere grid! That's what I like to hear! Say it louder! Say it louder, team! Everybody loves the sphere grid. Let's haste Lulu. I'm yelling that top of your lungs. I love a Smiling Friends reference too. A little bit of a classic Smiling Friends moment. There we go. She might as well just heal. She's helpful. She's helping. They do a lot of damage, huh? It's concerning. I'm not gonna think about it too hard though. I'll try not to anyway. I love the Manosphere, Marty! I love the Manosphere! I keep trying not to say it, by the way. Like, at any opportunity to talk about the Manosphere, I do everything I can to not do that. And I do mean Manospheres within the game, not the Manosphere, I promise. There is no urge within me to say that. I am not suppressing anything, not saying that. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. There we go. That's done.
Thinking isn't solving anything.
What's misogyny? I don't! I actually hate misogyny. I just love when I finish a fight and I get speed spheres and mana spheres. I don't know how else I can say, like, I feel like I would have to say that excruciatingly slowly to not make it sound like I hate women. You know? It's a tough challenge. And I'm trying my best. Can you not tell I'm trying so hard? Oh, okay, hell yeah, a save point. Kind of wish I hadn't used those healing items now, but whatever, you live and you learn. You live and learn. Live and learn. I just doubled back on myself is what I did. I just went backwards. Why? Why did I do that? You know what? Fuck this. I'm fleeing. I have no idea why I doubled back. But it sounds like a mistake made by a potentially stupid person. That's why, because that perspective looked so much like I'd come the other way. Oh my god, okay. Hi, guy. Mace to Seymour awaits. Please hurry to Macalania Temple. I will, and there better be a silly puzzle there when I get there. I'll be incredibly mad if there is no silly puzzle. Maybe not delay attack, flee, cheer, provoke. Haste and slow. Maybe slow? Maybe slow. Let's put slow on it. Why not? And then we'll bring Riku out. I feel like the way I play this game has changed massively since getting Riku. Like, I feel like I used to try and end a fight as soon as possible, and now I'm trying to prolong it and keep everyone alive. Like, just long enough to get a shit ton of items out of them, you know? Like, I don't know if I needed that mega potion, but it sure felt good to have. Slow again? That doesn't seem to do anything, though. Maybe I can only apply that once. Oh, let's delay attack. That's good. Hashtag cancelled. No, don't cancel me for saying Manosphere. I'm allowed to say it. I don't have to mean it. You're trying to take away my ability to say words. This is the woke agenda. This is the woke gender. I can't believe I'm getting woke gendered right now. Do you want to build an 80 centimeter tall Dalek together? How tall is that? Like that tall? Why would it need building? That's not that big. Surely that would come fully assembled. But okay. I feel like I have to ask more questions than this, but sure. Woke Final Fantasy be like the they-themisphere? I would love that. I would be a big that enjoyer, I have to say. What else? What else can we do? Let's bring out Auron, because I think... Extract power, yeah. Let's just milk this weird bug thing for all that it has. It can't even hit me. What an idiot. I'm gonna steal all of its shit. It's not gonna know what hit it. But it was Titus. It was Titus that hit it.
Told ya!
Noted Twitch streamer Melomaniac claims it's difficult not to sound misogynistic. That's not what I said! You're taking me out of context! You're taking the words I say and purposefully pretending to misunderstand. Why would you all do this to me? Oh, I got there. Cool. That's a very steep tree. Okay, everybody's pretty healed. Let's just keep going. Why would anything need building?
Guardian should fight, not think.
Huh? What?
Sorry. I don't know how audible that was on your end, but Titus just said, Titus came in with the Guardians should fight, not think, and Riku hit him with the what? Which I think was really silly. Very silly of her. Is your question, Bright, why would anything need building, as in you're trying to gaslight me into thinking that you didn't ask me to build a Dalek? Or is your question, why would anything need building, as like a counterpoint to me asking why it would need to be built? You're being like, oh, in that case, why would anything? In this society, why would anything need building? I need a bit of help with this one. Second one? Okay, I get you. I get you. I get it now. I get it. I was the problem. Let's use haste on Riku. I just like her fast animation. Can't even say the word manosphere anymore because of woke. It's just so hard to say manosphere. Would it be easier if I had an American accent? Is that the problem? Am I too British? I just feel like surely saying it with an American accent would be even worse. But I guess they'd be like mana. Mana. sphere. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to go mana and then sphere. Maybe. It's not fish scale? Are these things fish? I mean, I guess they could be. They could be fish.
Much trust in your magics.
I would believe that of this world. Today is a gold mine. I'm spitting bangers today. I'm spitting facts. It's the hot chocolate. It's the power of when I go for a sip, I'm not sipping water, I'm sipping a lim hot chocolate. It's really done wonders. I can't stress that enough. It's done wonders for the brain. The old brain over here. Okay, see, do I even want to do overdrive? I actually straight up don't. I think Titus's overdrive would be very inappropriate for this situation. So instead, we're gonna go with Thundara on this one. Because it killed it. Cool. Let's see if I can steal anything else.
Hello, I am Melomaniacs. I think Coolsville sucks.
I would never say, hello, I am Melomaniac. I think Coolsville sucks. Do you think I'm an idiot? I would never say that. This is really embarrassing for all of you that you think that of me. I'm glad I'm above that kind of thing. You could do a really long pause. Mana. Sphere. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should just add a really unnatural vibe to the whole shebang. I should do that with all of them. In fact, I should stop calling them spheres. I should stop calling them circles, which is inaccurate. But at least you'd all stop accusing me of misogyny. Which matters more, I think. You just did, though? You can't prove that. You can't prove that I just did anything. You can't prove a thing. And you never will. Maybe Kamari? Does Kamari... Kamari has... Thunder. I'd completely forgotten about that. Not that I needed it. I think that would have died anyway. Well, I want you recording this. I mean, I guess technically. But like, you know, no... I didn't say it, so even if you went back on the recording, you would conveniently see just like me saying words and then silence. Am I going the right way or am I double? I'm so confused. Am I backtracking? I wish I understood. I wish I knew.
My turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn, pal. Okay, let's see if I can do this. There we go. I'm getting better at that, actually. I think I just need to really, really lock in when I do it. Which is tough, but I got there eventually. I really should have put a 10-minute cooldown on quotes. I think every day, Bright specifically, regrets the system. Which I kind of enjoy. I kind of enjoy, being complicit in a system that you hate. What fun vibes. Thank God none of us are doing that in real life. Ever. Ha! These enemies are really fun. They're basically just a bug made out of knives, and they're really easy to kill. That was so easy. I didn't even break a sweat. I'm not even sweating right now. I actually can't sweat. Right, you know what I can do though? I can get really confused by directions. That, in fact, happens to me quite easily and has happened right now. And unfortunately, if one were to check the map, they would be really confused if they could even find it. Which they currently cannot. Is it in here? Why is it here? That's just not helpful. It's beautiful. But it's not helpful. Right, I think I need to go this way. Fuck, no, I think I need to go this way. I'm gonna flee. I'm actually feeling insane about the fact that I walked one way and then walked back the other way because I got confused, and that's what got me. That's why I got. Wait, fuck, I think I've backtracked.
You're wasting our time.
You are wasting our
so easy
time.
on the
Titus,
next
that's the
time.
first sensible thing you've ever said. Right, I need to keep going this way just to check if I've backtracked. Okay, no, I don't think I have. I think we're good. I think I'm even going the right direction. And by the right direction, I mean left.
Have you seen Donna?
Donna? Can't say I have.
What's up?
Donatello? Like of the Ninja
We got
Turtles?
separated on the way here.
You know, Barthelo
Turn it
and
off.
Donna's ship name is
I've gotta
Donatello.
find her.
Well, it's Donatello,
Calm
but
down.
you know what I mean.
What?
Close enough.
Anything happens to her?
We get it. You'll
Running
cry.
around in a panic is not going to help.
I hope
Right
God.
now, you have
I hope to God that
keep
eventually the
cool
API
and
becomes
search.
depreciated, so I have to make an API for the quote system, and I'll literally pen commas.
Guard your emotions.
Quotes are part of law.
Then guard
In
your
fact,
stomach.
hold on. I'm gonna let this cutscene cook, and then I have a
Right.
thought.
Shall we search?
Thank you, Auron, for dropping some banger knowledge
Taking
about
up
how
enough
to calm
of your
down.
time.
If Auron was my therapist,
Thank you, Sir Aaron.
I would never experience strife and trouble. And that's a fact.
What's up?
God, Riku ran into frame so fast I thought she was just gonna keep
I
going.
just wanted to wish him good luck.
Okay, cool. What I was gonna say is, so, for the past few years, when I've had a best of video, I've ended my best of with, like, a bit, you know? So, one year, I think my bit was... One year the bit was like the horrible music over that one bit from Bloodborne. One time it was that I had like fake Polaroid pictures of like specific moments. One year it was like the quotes. And I've been really trying. I've been trying so hard to think of what my bit is gonna be this year. And I've ran out of creative ideas. I would not say I'm the most creative person in the world. I might not even be top 10. So I've ran out of ideas. I have to admit. So I think I'm just gonna do... Oh wait, you've got an idea? Let me hear. Let me hear. Please let me hear. Please, because if not, I'm just gonna do the quotes thing again. I am just gonna do the quotes thing again. No one can stop me. That's just what I'll do. I'll sue you for the data storage you're using. That is fair, actually. That is true. It's like, maybe I should do a cull of the quotes. Like, remove them from... I don't want to. The idea of that makes me sad. And I hate being sad. I like being happy. His tits are so protruding. I wish mine was less. Barthelo really said tits out. That's what he said. That's what he said, as he should. Good for him. He's happy with it. He lives in a world where fashion is very tits out forward, you know? Tits out heavy. And he enjoys it, you know? Good for him. Thank God it isn't mandatory in this world. Some people like to be a bit more covered up, and they're also allowed to indulge. Please, just die. Oh. Oh, why won't this thing die? Probably because I kept just using normal attacks on it. That could be the answer. Anyway. I'll take it. I got a couple of sphere levels from that. And an ability sphere. You know I never complain about an ability sphere. I am in fact ecstatic upon receiving a new ability sphere. Just so much MP, whatever. Hold on. Message you the idea. It'd be a bit that requires a lot of work, but it's a good idea. Oh no. Okay. Oh man. It is a good bit, right? It is very good. But like so much work. So much. If I didn't, okay, right. If I had more time, and if I wasn't trying to work on another editing project at the minute, I would maybe consider that. But considering that my original goal was to have 2 editing projects, one of them the best of, one of them a travel vlog, out in the next, like, 2 months.
A butterfly with rainbow wings will lead the way to secret things.
Hello? Maclania Wood's butterfly hunt. Approach the butterflies of many hues, and its red and blue brethren shall appear. Try to catch 7 of the blue butterflies, but beware of the reds, for they call powerful fiends when threatened. God, I struggled so hard there. Butterflies disappear after a certain time. Try catching the blue butterflies while avoiding the red ones. Why? What does it mean? Are these the powerful... Okay, so this one... Resistant to magic, watch out for petrification and silence. Okay. Piercing weapons are the way to go. Watch out for slow. Watch out for poison. Okay, well... Let's bring out Riku and steal from this guy, because I don't think I've stolen from one of these things from before. Just the high potion, which is pretty boring, actually. And then maybe I'll bring out Waka for the bug thing. I will help you because I don't want to help you compile. Even then, it would be so much work between us, and I don't want to sign either us, like, even half of the work that requires, I don't want to sign either us up to do that amount. Maybe next year, because if it was planned ahead... Because not... Okay, if it was planned ahead, it would be a lot easier, because you could plan a bit more in advance, like, when you need to save certain things, when you need to, like... You could make it as you go. But to compile at the end, like, that's the kind of thing I could only do if I, like, paid an editor. Like, for a lot of their time. Like, a crazy amount. What was I gonna do? That. I was gonna do that. This is probably just gonna kill it, to be honest. But just in case. Yeah, in fact, that was a wild overkill. Still soft? Yeah, I thought so. I hate soft, by the way. I hate that the thing that cures being turned hard is just called soft. I've never... Something so straightforward has never pissed me off more than that specifically. Let's bring Kamari out. God damn it. I hate missing. And he was silenced as well. One thing I will say about this game that I'm glad about is that, like, status effects just get replaced, like... Not replaced. Status effects disappear after you've... like, ended a battle, which I really appreciate, because as far as I'm aware, games like Final Fantasy IX don't have that. Wait, what? What does it mean, time? What does it mean, time? Is this because of the butterflies? What? Okay. What if I didn't do the butterflies thing? How do we feel about that, gang? How do we feel about not doing the butterflies? Because I am confused by it more than I'd like to admit. Why, hello, bird person. I know! Do I get to meet the bird people? I didn't know this world had bird people, and I think that's pretty neat. Okay, but hold the phone. How do I... What the fuck? What does it mean, time? Can I still flee? Oh, okay, I get it now. Let's haste Auron. I'm not even gonna bother stealing from these guys. I think you got me, but I missed something major from last stream. Oh, okay, sorry. I remember seeing that message now, Corvus. I definitely just skipped over it. Sorry about that. Luckily, no. Last stream, I literally just stayed in the Thunder Plains and did, like, a few different battles. That was it. It was a very nothing time. Basically, I had like an hour to stream before I needed to get a train, so I just stayed where I was in the game. But that luckily means that the only thing you missed is me fighting Cactuars, which was fun, but that was all. Yeah, you missed no cutscenes, you didn't miss any, like, plot or anything. It was a very simple stream. Yeah, I think I am just gonna use my classic, quote compilation bit for the end of this year's best of. Or maybe I'll do nothing. Like, maybe I'll just let it end. Which sounds wah-wah, but like, I can't... It only 18 killed it? Fascinating. That's a blue butterfly. Okay. I'm starting to get it now. The butterflies are just on this path. And I only have so long to get them. Can I not get that chest? Okay, whatever. Was that enough? Okay, it wasn't enough. Can I do it again? Timberloo wins. I didn't though! I lost! I did lose. Can I like leave the area and then do that again? Because that was actually more fun than I thought it was going to be. And I feel like I've missed out. And it was all because I wasted my time trying to get those 3 Phoenix Downs. Phoenix Downs? Yeah, for real. They brought me Phoenix down. If you know what I mean. If you know what I'm saying. If you catch my drift. Which I think you do, I think. I think that one was pretty straightforward. Okay, where am I going? Because I came from here. Maybe I am still going this way? Or maybe not. Impossible to say. In fact, so impossible nobody could ever tell.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Obsessive cutscene is coming up still. Yes, definitely. The best cutscenes are probably still to come. I don't know that. I don't know enough to back that claim up. Where am I going? Did I like... I wish this game had a better map system.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Because there really is like... So far this has not happened. But now that I've gotten lost, it's like... Having to backtrack so far and all the while, the entire time, it just keeps throwing enemies at you is kind of a little annoying. Okay, well this is the very beginning.
We've received several reports of... Please be careful.
Please be careful, my lady. I am not your lady. I don't know if you noticed that. I don't take any offense, but okay. I think I'm gonna keep fleeing. I think I'm actually leveled enough for this area that I can just flee. Right. Maybe I have to do the butterfly thing. Maybe fucking up the butterfly thing is bad for one's health.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Could be the Jedi map. Yeah, I'm so curious about what the Jedi Survivor game map looks like, because I fucking hated the Fallen Order map. And I can't imagine Jedi Survivor functioning without a better map system, you know? I'm probably never gonna play Jedi Survivor, by the way. Like, if I engage with Jedi Survivor at all, it will be in one form and one form only. I will watch Penny Parker's playthrough of Jedi Survivor. And it's been on my list for a while, I just haven't got around to it. I love reality in universe that all party members are wandering around like this back and forth. Oh yeah, like no one's saying anything. Cause guarantee a person like Auron knows where we've been. Auron is laughing at me, the player, and not saying a goddamn thing. Penny Parker mentioned we didn't take a shot, bingo.
I'll be right back.
Listen, it's really hard not to mention her. Have you ever tried going a day without talking or thinking about Penny Parker? It's really hard. If no one gives me enough credit for like taking so long into the stream to bring her up, you know?
I'll be right back.
I took my goddamn time. And we should be proud of me. I really want a bit for my end of year video. You know what would have been a really good bit? But this would have required like a lot of planning in advance. I think a really good bit would have been if I had had like counters throughout the year. So, like, if my Penny Parker command actually counted the amount of times that I make a Penny Parker reference, then what I could have had was like an end of year stats where it was like mentions of Penny Parker, this many times I threatened to or cried on stream, this many, number of streams, this many, number of channel points spent on Silent Hill 2, this many. But it's too late now. It's too late to ever do that, unfortunately. Right. Will I do that? I actually think I'm gonna focus. Let's raise magic and magic defense. Thank you, Lulu. That's very helpful. Queen. Slay. Slay, queen. Slay it. Slay, sis. I find it hard not to think of Penny Parker because you always remind me. Yeah, as I should. As I should. I actually think the human mind should always be thinking about Penny Parker. At this point, it's mostly, if not entirely, only here that I even hear her name. Yeah, it doesn't help that, like... Oh, I'm getting fucked up here. It definitely doesn't help that, like, I don't think Penny Parker has put out anything, like, wildly well-known in a while. Like, I think the last big thing was the Subspace Emissary fan dub. And before that, I do not know. Oh my god, this is kind of rough. Maybe I should swap out Titus for Auron. Just who has more health. There we go. And this is gonna kill it. I don't know why I ever bother with Power Break for something like that. Right, thank you! I am so glad you understand how, like, building a Twitch command works. Bright says, I've not properly seen any Penny Parker content? Why? How come? Do you hate me? Do you actually hate me? Because that's how it feels. Also, let's use one of those a million softs that I've got. Because I actually don't know what happens if Auron gets petrified here. I guess I die? Is Titus still petrified? No. Okay, cool. See ya! Were there any other mentions in the last couple streams? I don't think so. I don't think I mentioned Penny Parker last time I streamed. There's a chance that I did. There's always a chance that I did, but I don't think that I did. Okay. Let's do this fucking butterfly thing again. Right, blue. Blue. Then another blue one. And then there's gonna be a couple red ones. And then there's gonna be another red one. And then there's another red one. Blue one. Blue one. Red one. Me when someone asks me what Christmas movie released this year that had Santa in it. Okay, that's gotta be all of them, right? Yeah, red one. Me when someone asks me what movie released this year that features Chris Evans and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah. Thanks. What are the traits you want? Penny Parker account, what else? Could you reset the cry counter to 0 and have it be for this year? Like the same way that the Penny Parker one is like, this is this mention of 2025. That would be pretty cool. Okay, I think Oh! Last time I came over here I was stupid, I didn't realize I could go up. That's the only reason I even got so distracted. Could be multiple as long as they're not the same instance. Okay. Needs at least 5 minutes between. Okay, cool. Hell yeah. That makes sense. Like, we probably shouldn't spam it. Like, I feel like it doesn't count if I just say it several times, you know? Like, I've said the phrase Penny Parker a couple times. But I feel like that doesn't count. You know? It's more like the individual. Like, if I don't mention Penny Parker and then in like half an hour I bring her up again in a slightly different context, that's fair, that's allowed. I find it wild that like your first awareness of Subspace Emissary would have been the fandom. Yep. It's not even... That's likely. That is in fact what happened. That is in fact the case. Unfortunately. I'm not proud of it. I still don't think I really understand what Subspace Emissary is, because my awareness is entirely determined by the dub. Which I also only watched once. Oh, hell yeah. Fuck yeah, Riku. Slay it. Slay it, queen. Did the ball just bounce back at him? Because that's stupid. It's annoying I don't get anything better from those guys as well. Than just a high potion. How much health has this thing got? Oh, okay, not that much. This is gonna kill it, cool. I think it's... If it's not Mellow Cry, it's probably... Cry Counter, yeah, there you go. Sorry, took me a while to recognize that. Right, so this also feels like it would be a really good time to bust out a little thing I like to call the sphere grid. I don't know if everyone agrees, but this is my old friend, and I thought we might all want to check it out. Okay, let's go to there. And then we get a power sphere for that, and an ability sphere for Dark Buster? Which sounds pretty cool. But also, because of the word Buster, vaguely like I don't know, like a 1920s gangster would say that. Like, you're not afraid of the dark, Buster. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just that the word Buster feels inherently tied in one very specific context, and I can't get it out of that context in my brain. Subspace Emissary is the campaign mode for Smash Bros. Brawl. It's most fondly remembered for its cutscenes and most conveniently forgotten for its often terrible level design. I knew it's that! I knew that it was from a Smash Bros. Game. I also know that it famously has no words to dub over. But yeah, that was my first time seeing Subspace Emissary. You know, I think, what was Smash Bros. Brawl on? Because I do think there's a slight chance that I'd engaged with it in some way. But it wouldn't have been a particularly significant way. It was for the Wii. I think there's a chance that maybe a friend had it, and I, like, watched them play it. But I don't know. I can't guarantee it. I just remember thinking when I watched the dub that, like, it looked vaguely familiar, but not very familiar. Cool down in 5 minutes to counter commands. Thank you, Bright. You are a gem. This is very helpful. So now, at the very least, I hypothetically have 2 options for next year's, like, end of the best of video bit. I can maybe do a stats, or I can do the idea that you sent me. Not both, though. I don't wanna use 2 good ideas at once.
I'll be right back.
Woo. It was on the Woo? Man, that's my favorite gaming console, actually. I loved the Woo. You couldn't get me off the Woo as a kid. I loved that thing. Yeah, let's slow him. And then let's bring out Riku, my beloved. And we'll do that. Let's increase their luck. I don't really know what this impacts other than Riku's ability to steal things, but that's all I need to know, really. Go Piss Girl counter? Okay, on one hand, silly. On the other hand, I think that would just be the number of streams I've done. But maybe what I can do is just that if I did like a stat, like an end of year stats for my best of 25, maybe instead of saying number of streams, it's just go Piss Girl counter. That works for me. That sounds like a silly old time. There we go. Let's haste Riku. Because Arctic Wind seems useful. I don't know what it is, but I feel glad to have it at least. Like, I'm sure at some point I'll find out what it's useful for, and then I will feel incredibly grateful to have it. Right, let's hit it with a silence, maybe. Got any more counters you want off stream? Message me. I will. I'll let you know. I think that's all I've got off the top of my head. I don't know what else I have that would be, like, bittable enough that it would be worth having a counter. There's probably something. Speaking of Nintendo consoles, if they don't announce the Switch 2 in the next month or 2, I'm gonna commit arson satire. No, I think you should. If they don't announce the Switch 2 in the next month or 2, then I actually think that's ridiculous. What are they doing? What is there to do if not to announce the Switch 2? I know that Party's theory is that it'll be hopefully by the end of this month. And I agree, I think that would be pretty cool. I'm just, you know, I'm just curious about the games that'll be on it. Because I feel like there was a software leak, or I feel like there was a leak of the design recently. And I think to nobody's surprise, the design is literally just like the normal Switch. It looks the same, it's just better. But like, I'm really curious about what games are on there, you know? That's what I'm fascinated by. That's what keeps me awake at night. Chase and go piss girl jokes, because I think there are some drinks you're drinking. Oh, there's mentions of piss all the goddamn time. I cannot shut up about piss. That is true. Whoa, that was a good attack. I can probably get away with just hitting this thing a few times now. That was such a lie. This thing has so much health. No, I was totally telling the truth. When you delay it and it's slowed. Crazy the amount of hits I just got in.
You like that?
Okay, go make a cup of tea. Enjoy. Enjoy. I've run out of hot chocolate and I feel really sad about that actually. I need to go get some water at some point because otherwise I will be deeply dehydrated, I think. You know what? I'm not gonna fight two of these guys. Back to back. There's only so much of this guy that I think I can handle in one sitting, you know? Cool. Delightful, I'm so glad. I was thinking about like using some healing items and I'm really glad I didn't because it seems like the perfect time. Speaking of perfect time, now is a really good time to get some water. Right, I will be back in like probably 5 minutes. I'm gonna go replace the gross dregs of my hot chocolate that I nearly just poured out. I'm gonna go replace that with water. So, and then I will hydrate or dehydrate because currently I have nothing. So I will be back in like a bit. Okay, I will hydrate. Bam. Today I chose to have water and hydrate rather than dehydrate. Dying felt like the less preferable option between my two. Also, I've had this like smudge on my glasses now the entire goddamn stream, and I'm just gonna deal with it because it's pissing me off. Glasses enjoyers, that feeling when smudge right in the middle of your fucking eye, am I right? Am I right or am I right? Because I think I'm right. I don't even know where it came from. It's not like I touched my glasses that much. So true. I hate it. You're so right. You're also correct. Universal feeling. Why haven't we invented smudgeless glasses yet? Why are glasses built with smudges in them? Why are they built like that? You're telling me we can invent AI, but we can't invent glasses that don't smudge? Really? Kind of feels like society's going in the wrong direction. Kind of feels like we're focusing on the wrong things. I think it's so dirty I clean them blink once and barely see. Exactly! I feel like I'm cleaning them all the time! It feels like all I do is clean off smudges. Also, can I just say, I'm so pissed off that Maester Seymour, like, asked Yuna to marry him, did not wait for any agreement, and then just kind of started announcing it and clearly preparing for it. Sonic Steel has first strike.
Too expensive.
Shit. Just right. I didn't want to say too pricey because I was worried he'd be like, fuck you, I'm perfectly priced. I'll make them more expensive. Customize? First strike. Maybe first strike isn't a thing? Initiative is. Raises chances for a preemptive strike. I think, actually, now I think about it, I put that on... Who did I put that on? I think I put that on Riku. Who is unfortunately all the way down here. Yeah, Sonar has initiative. So I don't actually know what Sonic Steel has. Will he prompt me again?
Well,
Can you make them cheaper?
welcome.
Can you make them cheaper? I didn't. Oh no, I didn't mean to. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. What did Sonic steal? I guess all of my money. I guess 12,000 of my hard-earned gil. I'm googling it. I don't know what First Strike does. Also, I see your message, Bright, about the idea for end-of-year stats. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. January should be when I figure stuff like that out. Like, I shouldn't just wait until January of the following year to try and figure out what my long-running end-of-year bit is gonna be. First Strike will give you the first attack. Okay. This is probably useful in some scenarios then. Maybe. What else have we got? So, that is Magic +5 and Dark Touch. That's shit. That's really shit. You're telling me I've got Yuna with a weapon that's +5, +10, and a Steel ability? That's cracked. Ice Ball is exactly what I've got. Blurry Moon is Piercing, Strength, and an Empty Space. That's really good. That's Shimmering Blade. Let's equip that. Force Knuckles are strength and magic. That's not as good. White Bangle is ice and HP. That's not as good. Blue Armlet is water and HP, which is not as good. So actually, I can afford to get Sonic Steel, even if I don't use it. Although saying that, I think I did immediately equip it. I did not mean to do that. I meant to keep... Fucking hell! Brotherhood is... insane. Anyway. I'm not sure we needed to look that up. No, okay, hold on. Let me defend myself. I know it sounds a bit silly looking up what First Strike does. But I promise, it was not as intuitive as you'd think. In the sense that, well, just in the sense that, okay, what I mean is just that, like, I think this game has tricked me before into thinking that something intuitive actually meant something else. And I didn't want to get tricked again.
Welcome.
That's all. That's simply put, that's all. I have a lot of soft, and soft are also really easy to steal. Is there anything I would need for customizing? Let's sort through equipment first. This game does not understand how to do, like, how to organize its fucking systems, by the way. Fucking hell, Regen Shield is really good. Maybe I should put some abilities on Regen Shield. Arctic Wind is for SOS Null Frost. SOS Protect. Protect when HP is low. Defense, HP, MP. Auto Phoenix automatically use Phoenix down on KO'd characters. That's quite good. God, these are some spicy abilities to eventually add. So it's Null Tide. I feel like I never look at these things. Oh, that's good. Okay, hold on. What else could I put on that? I just never know what wards to put on things. I just never know. Shell. Protecting against petrification would be really good. Protecting against silence would be really good. I think I just need to save some of these slots for when I have a better idea of what I'd like. God, the regen ones are really good though. I just don't have enough options, if it makes any sense. Like, I don't want to just add something when I only have about 4 options total. So let's leave it at that. Because I don't think there are any items that I can buy other than, like, soft that would potentially... Let's buy that many softs. And let's buy that many echo screens, and let's see if that's impacted our customization abilities. Yeah, okay. The echo screens were for silence. So, protecting Yuna against silence would be quite good. So... Mithril Ring, Seeker's Ring, Blue Ring. She's got Magic Defense and SOS Null Tide. Maybe let's add Silence Ward onto that. That's pretty good. But god damn, like, that cost 30. That cost 30 whole Echo somethings, whatever it was called. I've already completely forgotten. That was expensive. But that is, I think, a good thing to have on Yuna. The more I rewatch the game being played, the more I wonder how I ever beat it as a literal 10-year-old. I just feel like a child gamer just kind of does stuff, you know? I feel like when you play games as a kid, you're just like, oh, I'm doing this now, and you don't really think about it.
It is here. Somewhere.
What is Auron?
What's here?
Something you should
I hate
see.
asking a question and then Titus just asks it
Sir
after.
Auron.
Makes me feel stupid.
It won't take long.
Something cool is here to see? Auron, I don't think deforestation is ever the answer. But apparently right now it was. I can't agree with that. Shaking my head, Auron. Embarrassing for you. Nature is never healing when Auron is around. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I think that, like, when I played games as a kid, I feel like if I ever got stuck, I just took my time figuring out how to fix it, you know? This is really pretty. But I feel like nowadays, if I get stuck on something, I'm like, time is money. Google, tell me how I do this, you know? I'm so quick to jump to Google. Is it
This
deforestation?
place.
It's made out of crystal? I don't know, is it a
Water,
crystal
isn't it?
forest?
This is what
You answer
spheres
that
are
question,
made of.
Corvus, and then I will
It
answer your
absorbs
question
and
again.
preserves people's memories.
Ooh. Sorry, that was unnecessarily aggressive. I hope it came across as silly
Fields are also attractive to
aggressive
these
rather
places.
than mean. If I've hurt your feelings, Corvus, I'm really sorry. Okay. Immune to sensors. Oh, I'm gonna assume. I'm just gonna assume that this thing is probably weak to thunder. That's just a guess that I'm making off the top of my head. Cool. Right, just because it's immune to sensor doesn't mean that it's immune to scan. Okay, apparently it does. Apparently it totally means it's immune to scan. The fuck am I fighting that's immune to everything I could possibly want to know about it? Okay, that did a lot. Stop setting me
It
on
absorbs all
fire!
spells except its one weakness.
Okay. It absorbs all spells except its one weakness.
Melu, that healed it.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know, actually. That's why it was green. In my defense, this is a big old ball of water, and the game has consistently told me that you want to use, like, something's, like, opposite element. I was so confident that it would be... What's its weakness then? Is its weakness water? Or is it fire because it's been setting me on fire? Or is it blizzard because it doesn't want to be frozen? Yeah, let's try that. Okay. No, it seems like it's something else. Oh, I can't remember if Magic Break worked. I have a feeling it didn't. Let's just try and stab it. That's doing something. What else have we got? Delay attack, maybe? Let's do that. I think it's immune to that as well. What is this thing? And why do I hate it? Okay, well... maybe let's just focus again. I think you're supposed to attack the opposite type that it attacks you with. That makes sense. Unfortunately, it's currently attacking me with nothing. Let's see what it does this time. Blizzard. Okay, okay. So if it's attacking me with Blizzard, then the opposite of Blizzard is fire. Yeah, no, I understood that elemental shift would be that it was changing. But I was hoping that it would be like color-coded. But as far as I'm aware, this means that until you attack it after it's elemental shifted, you don't know what it is. Like, right now I have Lulu, but I have no idea what its element is. So I just have to guess. Let's guess Thunder. Okay, that worked. Okay. Let's just do a normal attack so we can figure out what it's weak to. Okay. So, that was water, which means I want to hit it with thunder again. See, this wouldn't be so bad if Lulu wasn't in, like, an awful place in the rotation. Like, she's in a terrible position because it's shifted, but I don't know what it's shifted to. So maybe I should just tag out. Fuck. I forgot that he has an ice sword. That's fine, because that means we know it's ice. And if we know it's ice, that means Fira will be good. This is an interesting enemy design, but it's freaking me out. It's so, like, scary. Okay, let's hit it with an attack from Yuna, because Yuna's attacks basically do nothing. Cool. That's good to know. That was fire, so now we want blizzard. I'm so glad that I moved Kamari into the area of the sphere grid where he would get elemental spells, because they seem so useful. I also beat this game in a time when looking up game walkthroughs is very time consuming and inconvenient. I can imagine. Was it the era of, like, you might as well buy a book to figure it out, you know? Oh. Unfortunately, I think my best move is to just hit it again. Okay, yeah, blizzard. So, fire again. Cool. I don't think I ever bought a game walkthrough, sadly. I think I've always either just given up or, like, bought something. Let's assume it's still fire. Fuck, okay. I think it potentially... Yeah, I know. I think it potentially morphs into whatever you just attacked it with. So we just attacked it with fire, which means it's currently fire, which means that... Please stop doing this. Okay, it's currently fire, which means it's weak to blizzard. I don't think it's changed. Okay, yeah, we're good. And now it's shifted, which means it's using ice, which means fire? Okay. Now is definitely a good time for Prey. I wish Prey did more healing though. It does like 100 each. That's actually incredibly shit. This might kill me. Okay, let's just pray that I can kill it with this. Oh, in fact, no, I can't. I need to figure out what it does. Okay, 1000 HP to Yuna would actually be really helpful. That's worth it. let's just take a moment to heal everyone up a little. That's 200, that's 1,000. Let's just take a moment and calm down. You had game walkthroughs for a bunch of games, and for some you just got the books because they were cool. There wasn't a lot of merch available for a lot of franchises at the time, so you're obsessed with literally get, especially Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I imagine, I mean, I don't know how much, like, walkthrough books included, you know, fun things like art, but I imagine they had at least a little. I guess that's the upside of being in a time where it's like, oh, you want merch? Here you go. You'll find it online. Okay, okay. So it's still doing fire, so ice. How much health does this thing have? This is crazy! Okay, okay, it's back to doing fire. So it just alternates. It alternates between what I've set it on. So if it's using fire, then currently it still just wants Blizzard using against it. And then it'll just switch back. Okay. I understand this thing's game now. I know its tricks. It's not clever. It's stupid, actually. Oh, fuck. I can't remember. Okay, I just used Blizzara, so Fira. This is requiring so much more memory from me than I physically have. Cons on my face for merch. I'm going to London Make Con in just a few weeks' time. That'll be fun. What kind of, are you doing cosplay for it? And if so, what? I'm curious. Yeah, I'd love to say the same, but that's not really been, I don't know, oh, obtain Ject Sphere? Shit. That seems important. Yeah, I haven't really got merch from cons in like 10 years. 10 is an exaggeration. When I was 16 and I went to my first kind of like conventions or anything like that, I bought a lot of merch. And I have some of it, like most of it's hidden away somewhere now. Like, hold on. Let me show you this banger. This is a classic. So this is something I got from like I think it was a convention that was running in London. It might still run, but it was called Hyper Japan. I got the Yuri on Ice art book, which was like quite a bit of money, if I'm remembering correctly. But also it's all in Japanese. Like I can't read any of this. Okay, that's a lie. I can read some, like a crumb, but like not enough. But like this is so banger. This is great. And I just have it on my shelf, and I get to look at it sometimes. And by look at it sometimes, I mean forget that it exists, because Yuri on Ice as a concept existed for like a week and then stopped existing, because they never made any more of it. But yeah, I used to get stuff like this all the time, and then in the past like 5 years I haven't really bought stuff. I think it's just been that, like, the things that I've been interested in the past 5 years haven't really had merch that's, like, been what I want. The closest, actually, I have, and I think I've shown this before, is that I got a little Jill Valentine keychain and an Eri from Yakuza 7. And these, they sit above my desk so that they can always look at me and remind me that they have secrets too. Also, hello, is that a raid? Hello, Bless. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing? What were you playing? I'm gonna assume it was Final Fantasy X, but I could easily be wrong. Also, I promise I am playing the game. I just took a break to talk about the merch that I own for Yuri on Ice and Resident Evil and Yakuza. I do increasingly think, though, that the next time I go to a convention, if I find Final Fantasy VII merch, I may go a little feral. I may risk it all for some Final Fantasy VII merch.
Oh, this is old. Don't know if you can play it back.
What is it, like an iPod?
Jacked left it here 10 years ago.
10 years in the joint.
Play it back.
Play it back. Run it back, Auron said. I'm so curious.
What are you taking? Well, you said it was gonna be a long trip. We'll be seeing a lot of neat things, right?
You said
So
that
I
like
thought
a
I'd
threat.
record it all in this. To show to my wife and kid, you know.
He's doing a vlog?
Pleasure cruise.
Hey, Braska. Ain't this supposed to be a grand occasion? We're the cheering fans.
Why are they playing
the
goofy
crying women.
music? What is happening?
This is it. Too many goodbyes. People think twice about leaving.
If you say so.
Jacked
Well, it better
blog.
be a lot more colorful when we come
First
back.
person Jacked point of
Parade
view.
for Braska, vanquisher of sin.
We should go.
I really need to wrap my head around the timings of this game.
Auron, could you stand closer to him?
Jacked looks so goofy, look at him! Auron's out here in his like mostly normal outfit. Admittedly, now I see the outfit from the back, I see that he's purposefully freed his one
What's the
arm.
matter? Afraid I
He's
might
freed his
bite?
slutty arm.
Jacked.
Braska, you should take
And then
one
Jacked
too.
is
It'd make a
shirtless
Great gift for little Yuna.
and like insane.
I suppose.
Lord Braska, we shouldn't be wasting our time like
God, they're
this.
vibing for real.
What's the hurry, man?
Let me tell
It's a
you
shame we
what
haven't
the
gone to a
hurry
con in the
is.
time you've been into Final Fantasy
Auron.
because Final Fantasy 7 badges everywhere. I know, it is a shame. But also it really puts into context how temporary
Pleasure cruise.
and immaterial my Final Fantasy phase has been. Because it hasn't been that long since I've been to a con. And my love of the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth game has only happened since then.
Hey, if you're sitting there watching this, it means you're stuck in Spira like me. You might not know when you'll get back home, but you better not be crying. Although I guess I'd understand.
Okay, stuck in
what?
Spira.
There's a time when you have to stop crying and move on. You'll be fine. Remember, you're my son. And
Why are we trying to redeem child and child abuser Jacked?
never mind, I'm no good at these things.
The goofy music. It's really fun music, don't get me wrong. But like, this is something straight out of
I
Rebirth.
believe in you. Be good. Goodbye.
But I just feel like maybe that moment deserved something a little bit more
almost serious.
dramatic.
But it was too late.
He was serious. Jacked had already accepted his fate.
His fate to become Sin?
His fate?
Jacked he was always talking about going home to Xanarkand.
Which
That's
is
why he
1,000
took all
years
those
in the
pictures.
past?
To show them to you when he returned.
When he returned from the
But
future?
as he journeyed with us and came to understand Spira and Braska's resolve, it happened gradually, but Jacked changed. He decided he would join Braska
Okay.
in his fight against Sin.
Jake legitimately became better in Spirit.
then
I believe that,
gave
but
up
it's
going
like,
home?
Titus didn't experience that. Titus
his
didn't
decision.
get the good dad. Titus got a
guess
piece of
I
shit,
understood.
nothing
My
dad,
old man.
and then keeps getting told,
knew
oh,
there
he was a
no
great
way
man.
Back home, back to Xanarkand. He wanted to go home, but he knew he couldn't. He couldn't go on until he accepted it.
Okay.
Besides, even if he had found a way back.
Fucking hell.
I don't think he would have
Waka
left
doing
his
a
friends
silly
behind
dance in the
before their
foreground.
journey was complete.
All right.
Oh,
Let's go,
I get
guys.
it. Titus realizes now that
Maybe I
he
have
in
to
many
start
ways is
accepting my
similar
own
to his
fate.
own piece of shit father. Jacked spheres. Spheres that document Jack's journey are hidden all over Spira. Defeating the spheromorph has unlocked the seals that once bound the spheres. Find them! Orders learned shooting star. Okay, based. Which, speaking of, I think... Oh, I'm keeping Dragon Fang. Fuck that. Also, I recently learned that Overdrive has modes. So you can change how your Overdrive builds. So I have it set for Auron to be when he damages an enemy. What does Riku do the most? She only has Stoic. Okay, interesting. What about Tidus? Stoic or Warrior? Let's say... Let's go for Stoic. Yuna takes damage or heals allies. Oh, fuck. Heals allies, for real. Lulu takes damage or when allies take damage. Let's go for... Let's keep her on Stoic as well. I just can't believe this option is here. This is so fucking complicated. Okay, for Kamari, let's go with damages. And for Waka... Oh, he's got a lot of options. Defeats, allies, character, damages. Let's go with Stoic for him as well. I don't know what the optimal thing for this is, and I hate to even be thinking of it in that way, but sometimes I feel like I have to. Sometimes I feel like I'm kind of really suboptimally doing things to a point where, like, it's not even suboptimal, it's sub-fine. Also, I saw Bright say you need to give yourself a budget before cons so you don't feel as iffy about spending. Yeah, I don't even know if it's the spending. Maybe having a budget would help if I almost treated it as like a goal. So set it pretty low, but treat it as a goal, because... I don't know if it is maybe that even individual things, I'm like, oh, okay, but that could add up, and then I stop myself from buying anything. I just feel like whenever I've gone to a con, it takes something very specific for me to want it and to like it enough to get it. Because it's like, I love my Jill and my Eri keychains, but like, I just have them above me because I don't want too many things on my actual keychain, you know? So I can't stop myself from looking at merch of like my scrunglies and being like, oh, but I'd never use that. Or, oh, I don't need that specific item. You know? Which is a shame. I feel like I'm missing out. This area was so lovely. Right, let's head out.
Wait.
Oh. Or
Yeah.
Auron needs me to wait.
Jekt loved you.
Yeah, okay. Too late,
Oh,
buddy.
come on,
Too
please.
late.
He just didn't know how to express it, he said.
Yeah, he was actually so bad at it
Enough
that he
about my old
treated
man,
Titus
okay?
like shit.
I just thought you should know.
Good to hear, but it doesn't change Titus's experience of his father.
Thanks.
Like, it might change his perception of him, but it doesn't change what he lived. I actually hope this game doesn't keep going, oh, you should... Your old man's fine, Titus. Get over it. Stop crying. I hope it doesn't keep doing that, because it makes me feel sad. Right. I guess I have been streaming for 2 hours. Let's see if I can get any further, but I probably am gonna have to end the stream within the next 20 minutes. Just to make sure that I get an early night. Oh, this is probably a good time to stop. It's just... I don't wanna. I probably should. Okay, no, let's keep going. Let's see how much progress I can make. I would say that Jekt is objectively terrible. And I am horrified that the game is trying to tell me anything otherwise. Chocobo!
Hi there. Would you look at this?
I missed my little Chocobo friends.
Leave me behind. Oh, you want me to scratch you?
Yes, they're adorable. Can I have him?
Good boy.
Are you sure you want him, Clasco? Could I have him instead?
I've always been able to tell how Chocobos feel. Maybe I'd make
God,
a better
this
Chocobo
controller is
breeder
beginning
than
to get a little
Chocobo
bit
Knight.
worn down.
Hey, what job do you see me doing?
Probably a breeder.
Yeah, I think so too. You know,
I'm glad
I might
that
just
I've
give it a try.
helped this guy, you know, take the step to you know, fulfilling his dreams.
Should I resign?
Because I'd feel pretty shit if I was like, yeah, you should be a breeder, and it made him upset. You know, it made him cry. Ooh, a wolf.
My turn now.
Very nimble, resistant to magic, vulnerable to opposing element, piercing weapons. Okay. Let's hit everyone with cheer then. And hopefully that's okay. Does water damage? Let's go for jump. Hopefully that works on the wolf. Hopefully. It just needs to do 400 damage. And it did way more than that. Cool. What element is that? That's ice, probably. So let's do fire. Spheromorph. Favorite Final Fantasy VII character. If your favorite Final Fantasy VII character is Spheromorph, I also love Spheromorph. God, I was gonna try and... Man, my ability to pun is like the lowest in the world. I can't think of a single other Final Fantasy VII character whose name sounds like a thing from this game.
No time to waste. Let's go.
Kate Sith, more like Manosphere. That's all I've got. That's awful. That's the worst thing a person has ever said. Who are you?
That ring for taking up a place.
Oh, you're my friend Owaka.
He'll be rich by tomorrow, all on account of this celebration thing.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to buy something from you to make you feel like you're a little richer at least?
Great. I knew I could count on you.
Oh, stop it, you. Stop it. You treat me too well. He does treat me too well. Look at this. We have new weapons. Also, hello? Hi, Francine. Hello, Raid. How are you all doing? What were you playing? I have to assume it was this game. I have to assume that anyone raiding someone playing Final Fantasy X was playing Final Fantasy X. But I could be wrong. You could be playing whatever the pure opposite of Final Fantasy X is, which I'm going to say off the top of my head is Call of Duty. I doubt you were playing that, but I am always happy to be proven wrong. No, I know by Spheromorph you meant Sephiroth. That was the bit. The bit is that he sounds like he's a goofy creature made out of spheres. Do I want any of these? That's pretty good. HP plus 10 and plus 5? You know, considering she has the least HP of everyone, that's quite nice. Stone Ward is nice. Silence Ward for Kamari is really nice. God, these are tasty morsels of options. I could fill a novel with the amount of fun little things and expensive things I force myself not to get because of money anxiety. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. There's probably a lot of those things that you could have got, but I don't know. I always lean on the side of it's probably be better to be overcautious and get things that you're 100% confident about. You know, rather than get 100 little things that you would kind of dithering on and then not have money for something big. Hello, hope you enjoyed the stream. Just streamed this, started a day ago, so I'll not be staying because of spoiler reasons. Oh yeah, get out of here, Francine. This is also my first playthrough of this game, and it is lovely to see that someone else is doing the same. So get out! Go away! This is my first playthrough, and I've been loving it. I know nothing. I also have remained spoiler-free so far. As spoiler-free as I can get when, like, when you open up the game in Steam, it shows you a picture that feels kind of spoilery. But other than that, I feel good. I've been loving it. I did not think I was a turn-based RPG enjoyer until fairly recently. This is only like the second game of this style that I've ever played. And it's really growing on me. It's a really nice gameplay loop, I think, of doing, like, exploring and then having just a shit ton of random encounters. Although, I was gonna say, you know, speaking of money anxiety, I think I have more money anxiety about this game than I have in real life. Like, individually, these things aren't that expensive, and I'm looking at my 27,000 gil, and I'm like, do I really need this soft bracer? The answer is yes. I don't know why I'd even debate not buying it. More than anything, it's good to have the option. I'm gonna make myself broke, though. I am running out of things. Spoiler-free all the way. Hell yes. And may it stay that way. I've been terrified that someone would show up in my Twitch chat and just, like, spew every spoiler they could think of. But so far, I've been lucky. So far, people that love this game have been very lovely about it. So, I hope you get the same treatment.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for the follow, Francine. Hello. We are hoarders. I just like to have a lot of gil. I like to see a big, big number in the top right corner. And a completely empty inventory. These things are heavy, but money is very light. Enjoy stream, hope you love the game. Thank you, and thank you again for the raid. I hope you enjoy it when you play some more. But yeah, get out of here, get out of here. I'm scared to even close the menu. I don't want to spoil you with the environment of where I am. Do I want that? I don't want that. That's got piercing and magic and strength. That's shit. Kamari can do better. Force Knuckles is like kind of tempting. But I like initiative. I'm a fan of initiative for Riku. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm really tempted to sell some stuff though. Like, when am I ever gonna use... When am I ever gonna use the Hunter's Sword? When I literally have a weapon that has the same strength and sensor. Yeah, I'm selling that. Force Knuckles to do what? Yeah, in fact, hold on. You're telling me that Sonic Steel and Force Knuckles are both on the screen right now? Next you'll be telling me, that, like, Shadow Manslaughter is popping up. I don't see it, but that doesn't mean it can't. Oh man, I need to just not sell everything I see, but it's so tempting. Like, there's gotta be something I could sell. Surely. I don't need to sell. I don't need to sell. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't live in a world where I am so incredibly broke that I need to sell all of my weapons. I can just walk away. I can know when to quit. Good bit, thank you. Thank you. In your head, when you remember the bit where I say Shadow Manslaughter, can you, like, mentally cut out all the time it took for me to pause and think about the word manslaughter? Use previously saved Albert primer data to synthesize a new primer? Okay, forgive me if that scares me. Forgive me if something about selecting save data has me a little nervous. Okay, hold on. Let's give this a try. Okay, these are the same save. No? Yes? what's the point of that? Interesting. I'm gonna assume that that's just a way that you could carry over Albed Primus from a different save file, but like, why? Why would I?
Oh, you're right. I'll try and remember.
Oh no. That is the saddest piece of dialogue I think I have ever heard.
Right. Keep at it.
She sounds like she's crying. Titus, you have the emotional awareness of a frog.
Not far. Why stop here?
Vibes, Kamari. Vibes. Something you would know nothing about.
Anything can happen.
Make sure you're prepared, right?
Sorry. Sorry, that was really funny. Sorry, something about Titus, voice actor, briefly going from the usual to make sure you're prepared, really got me. That was just a good little misdirect of voice talent. Right, okay, let's talk to everyone.
Serious? A wedding's not supposed to make people feel this bad, huh?
Yeah, it's almost like...
Come on, don't say
It's almost
that.
like, don't do it. It's almost like nobody wants
I say
this.
what I want, ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, Waka, say
so
less.
you're an adult now?
You know it.
How old is he? He looks like he's in his 20s.
Yuna's really quiet.
Am I supposed to assume Waka is like 15? Because I believe it.
Sitting here like this, you really get to thinking.
I don't. And neither does Titus. Titus doesn't think anything. Titus has never thought in his life, and he is not about to start now.
Can we go now?
Okay, thanks. Who's this? Oh, you're my law guy.
Is to wed Maester Seymour.
Yeah, apparently.
His great
Even though she technically
I'd like to
never
congratulate
told him
her.
yes.
But it is a pity. I'd hoped Lady Yuna would defeat sin and bring the calm.
Yeah, she might. She might still.
Yuna's still gonna journey, even after she's married.
Ah, that is also
Okay.
great news.
That's made me
Her
think,
resolve
is
admirable.
Seymour essentially trying to trap Yuna in a marriage so that she can't go and defeat Sin? Like, I'm trying to figure out if Seymour's evil plans are evil, for starters, or just normal. Normal marrying a child evil plans. Or whether they are just like... Whether it's evil because he just wants to marry Yuna for power, evil because he wants to somehow help Sin, or evil because of some third thing I don't know about yet. It's hard to tell. Ooh, buy weapons? Ooh, okay. I think I already have a lot of these things, actually. In fact, I definitely do. What the fuck is the point of that? I can't even look at that. Do you have any special items? Oh. Oh, they actually do. Let's buy a couple of grenades. And a few echo screens, because those, outside of the fact that they are useful for customization, I think they're just generally useful. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. I'm sure that's fine. Seymour just knows that Donna and Bartello are gonna finish Sin. They will. They're powerful. They're cool. I like their odd couple dynamic, and therefore believe that they can take on the entire world. Oh, okay. Cool. For a second, the game wasn't loading, and it was my own fault. I hadn't exited out of dialogue. Lulu's 22, bizarrely. No, I could see her being the oldest. I'm beginning to hate how fucking young video game characters feel. Like, 22 in the context of this game is ancient, right? Nobody out here is 22. Lulu is basically an old woman. I'm turning 24 in 4 days, which means that she's 2 years younger than me. Like, that's baby. She's baby. But she's 22. Riku's 15. Riku is so, like... But, like, it kind of makes sense. It feels weird whenever they make it weird. But Riku kind of feels like she's for the 15-year-olds, you know? She's for the 15-year-olds to enjoy. And no one else. I know. This is what I mean. I feel like there are so many characters nowadays. And I guess this is just what the passage of time does to a person. But I feel like there are so many characters where I'm like, what do you mean that character's 2 years younger than me? What do you mean? What do you mean that they're 22 and I'm not, like, 18? What do you mean? What are you saying? I don't get it. Yuna's 17, Titus is also 17. Good for them. Good for them. Good for each other. This way, yeah, because the series is so goated. It is nice. It is refreshing to play a game where everyone is like, I'm Kazuma Kiryu. I'm 43. That's kind of nice. I have to say. It's nice until in, like, 20 years I start looking at Yakuza games and I'm like, oh, these characters are pretty young. How old is... Oh, so Auron is like... Auron's in his 30s? I think, if I remember your age, Corvus, and if I don't, I have just severely aged you up. Kamari's 25. Oh, okay. Yeah, that also checks out. Kamari, Lulu, and Auron. It's like, yeah, fair enough. That seems like normal ages for them. Auron is 35, you're 32 in a few months. Yes, okay. I remember now. Auron being 35 is fine. Like, that checks out. How old was Jecht when he had Titus? Because if we assume that Auron and Jecht are the same age, and we know that Titus is 17, then if I'm doing my maths correctly, that would have made Jecht 18 when Titus was born. Which isn't awful, but feels quite young. Feels very young, in fact, considering that in 4 days, that is 6 years younger than me. And I don't know about you, but I definitely don't have the vibes of a person with a child. Jecht was my age and had a 6-year-old. Hypothetically. Which is fucked up, in my opinion. Also, hello Meta, hello! You haven't been able to message since you entered the stream? I'm so sorry, I don't know why that happened. I don't know why Twitch decided that it hated you specifically. But welcome. Unfortunately, I am gonna end the stream soon, because I need to... There's like 5 things that I need to do before I can go to bed, and I also have to wake up pretty early tomorrow. Not that early, but early for me. What do you mean you're playing as a 59-year-old in the next game? What a based age. I just think it's funny with Yakuza that they do a soft reboot with 7. And they're like, we have a new main character. He's really endearing. His name's Ichiban. He's got wholesome fucking golden retriever vibes. He's our new protagonist going forward. He is also in his 40s. Yeah, which means that we've got about 15 years of real time that can pass where it's feasible that he makes sense as a protagonist in a fighting game. Like, I just don't know why they would do that. It just feels like if I was gonna reboot a series and I still wanted to have like older burnout characters, I feel like I'd like mid-30s, but make him particularly like an unsuccessful 35-year-old. That's a good age. There's so much life left. There's so much. There's so much video game mileage in your 30s that I feel like you start to lose in your 40s for video games. You know? If you feel this way about teenage characters now, how you feel about when you're 40? Funnily enough, when I'm 40, I'll be like, that's a child. When I'm 40, I will look at 24-year-olds and be like, it's fucked up that you're so young. That's why I feel like it's so strange when 40-year-olds are dating, like, young 20-somethings. Because it's like, if I feel this way now about a 22-year-old, where I'm like, oh, that feels so young, that feels ages away. When I'm 40, I'm not going to feel like that times a billion, apparently. I think I will. I think when I'm 40, 22-year-olds are gonna like, they're going to look, like, they're gonna talk and what I'm gonna hear is goo goo gaga. That's what I'm gonna hear. Found out a guy I went to primary school with has a 6-month-old child today and the idea of it is I wanted to die. Yeah, I get that. Honestly, anytime I hear anyone my age, anyone that I like went to school with or like partially knew, anytime I find out that they've had children, it's just not right. It's just not right. I don't get it. I don't understand how they feel financially and emotionally ready to do that. Nor why they would want to do that so soon. It feels like a scam. It feels like they got scammed by Big Child. I just remember book train for Redacted as I need to go to Redacted Hospital for work stuff. Remember, book it now. Book it now. I don't know if you can book it now. But book it now. The idea is you're never too old to go on adventures, you know, which is cute. Which is really cute. He missed out on a lot of early adulthood because going to jail at like 20-something, even though he's in his mid-40s, he's living like it's his 20s. Yeah, which it is cute. Like, I'm not saying I don't like the vibes of it for Yakuza 7. I really do, actually. I love it. But in terms of like rebooting a series and giving yourself like mileage to keep that protagonist for as long as you've kept your last one, it just feels very bold to be like, our main character is only like 10 years younger than the main character that we just retired. I'm not ageist. I just think that 20-year-olds shouldn't have rights. Sorry, let me correct that. When I'm 40, I will think that 20-year-olds shouldn't have rights. That's not ageism. That's just correct. Me when I'm 40 and I simultaneously think that 22-year-olds shouldn't have rights, but also 16-year-olds should be allowed to vote. Most bigotry shines again. Can't I have one stream where no one accuses me of hating women and young people? So many of my old high school year people have kids now, sometimes several, and even I'm like I just think, how does anyone not just feel so young still? Maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's what this is that all of these people that, you know, very fairly for them, choose to and want to have a child, maybe they do feel like young and kind of overwhelmed and they just want it and they do it anyway. However, as a person, I just feel like that feels so wild, you know? It just feels like parents should just pop up when the child is like 10 and they pop up and they've already had 10 years of experience and they're like in their like late 30s and that child is like, you know, been around the block. I mean, I have to call my dentist tomorrow. You have to call your dentist tomorrow, Thievery. And Meta, you have to book your train tickets. And Thievery, you have to call the dentist tomorrow. I hope that helps. How old Joseph was in Bot 4? They're all characters out till they're 90. Yeah, and I guess when it's fiction, why not? It just feels like wild to have a fighting game where your characters frequently take off their shirts to reveal their incredibly toned, muscular bodies, and at the same time be like, yeah, that guy, like over there, yeah, he's 60. It just feels wild. I know 60 isn't that old, but it's pretty old for the body. Like, I feel like I'm not crazy to be like, I don't think the body can be that cracked at 60. You're getting cracks in different ways, if you know what I mean. Cracks in the spine when you bend over and you go, ooh, you know. Like, I could have kids, but I truly do not have the money or mental space for that. Yeah, I get that. Like, someone my age could have a child. And in fact, plenty do. It's just, I don't Like, they are on something to have gotten to the financial mental space for that quickly. I do not get it. I'm a lucky person with a decently well-paying job for my age as well. But Jesus Christ, no. Fuck no. The concept of rent is too much money. That's crazy. I just don't understand how people do it. It has to be money from parents. It has to be. I refuse to believe that a 24-year-old could have a child and not be the beneficiary of nepotism. Not be the inheritor of great wealth, you know? I'm not there at all, so it's hard to imagine other people are. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? I feel like I'm a very sensible, lucky, quite, you know, ahead in career for my age. Not that much, but like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm a decently fine prepared 24-year-old. Nearly. And I just, if I can't conceptualize it, how? I don't get it. Machiba's body would be correct at 60. Machiba would, yeah. Hit protagonist of future upcoming Yakuza game, Pirate Yakuza. You always had a child when you were in your teens, 17. That is wild. I bet that's crazy to look back on now and be like, well, I presume now you're like, oh, I'm not ready now. And that was years ago, you know? I can't even imagine. I just think it's wild. I just think for any person to have, like, I've been in a situation now for the first time in my life that, like, a co-worker has told me that they're pregnant. And, like, my first thought was just like, what? People get pregnant? People have children? And I then hear about that. And then they're gonna tell me the child's name and they're gonna raise it? What? like it just felt crazy. And this was a person that, you know, already has a child. This isn't new information. It still felt crazy. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're having a child? That's not real. That doesn't happen. But also, I don't really know anyone that has children. I don't. I straight up don't, actually. Not even I don't really. Like, even family members, the youngest child in my family is currently, like, teenager and has not been a baby for a long, long time. Discovers childbirth. Basically, I was like, I don't know what to say. I've never learned the social script for person tells you they're having a baby. Like, what do? You go, oh, congrats. Cool, congratulations. When are you due? Do you know the gender? Do you want to tell me more? I don't know. I don't know the social script. I've been in plenty of situations, you know. I've been around the block. I've been in a situation or two in my time. And I can't tell you that in my 24 years, aside from like one time when I was like 7, I don't think anyone's really told me that they're having a child. That's a fact. I've been told in my life 2 times. 3 times, probably. I've been told 3 times a person has looked me in the eye and said that they are having a child. And all 3 of those times, I was under the age of 10. Sorry, okay, 4 times. 3 of those times I was under the age of 10. 1 of those times was in the past 2 months. Which is pretty whack. People say, like, I'm 24 and so many of my friends are getting married. It's so wild to me. Yeah, that is crazy. How have people done this? How are you 24 and you've lived enough life that you are at that point? Surely we've all of us at 24 have lived the same 24 years. How are people doing those 24 years so fast? I feel like I've done 24 years at the speed that clearly other people did like 21. I think I won't be ready for children until I stop hearing the word pregnant and immediately have my brain go, am I pregante or similar. Oh, the am I pregnant? The fucking Yahoo Ask video. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like it's when a person tells me that they're pregnant and my first reaction isn't, What? Huh? I feel like the very beginnings of that stage of a person's life are when other people tell you they're in that stage and your first reaction isn't, what the fuck, why? Give them a crisp low 5. That's the reaction if someone tells you they're having a child, I guess. It was one of those things where, like, they told me they were pregnant, and it occurred to me that they might, like, bring the baby into... People bring their babies into work, right? That's a thing people do. People like to go on maternity leave and then bring their baby into work. Or paternity leave and then just bring their baby in and be like, this is my baby. There you go. It occurred to me that if this happened and I was at work and they tried to give me the baby, I would have no clue what to do. I have not held a baby since I was like 13, maybe 12. I don't think I've seen a baby since I was 12. I'm sure I have. They're around, but I just don't think I have. Surprised Miller, when you're proposing to your boyfriend, I want to go to a wedding. Host your own. Who says a wedding actually has to have a marriage? What is a wedding if not a big, very expensive party where you get to dress up and have all of your friends be there in, like, I don't know, a barn structure or a church? Just do that. Just, like, rent out a barn, have a wedding. Do that. No one's stopping you. No one's stopping you from splashing out and paying for a wedding that nobody gets married at. 7 of my 8 total cousins now have at least one, some more children, but most of them are older than you. See, whereas I'm in the position where I am the oldest cousin. Like, in terms of family ages, there's me, my younger brother, my next youngest cousin is like 19, then there's a couple of 17-year-olds, and then there's a 14, 15-year-old. So I'm quite far ahead. I'm still scared by my ex being married and having a kid. That is crazy. I feel like the parallel universe where they were not your ex and somehow you are on that path is inherently a kind of... It's a terrifying, scary mirror into an alternate world. Many of them had kids, got married younger than I am now. That's the thing, I just feel like I don't know anyone that's that fucking far ahead in life. Why are so many people so determined to speed run, you know? Speed run the time that they have. Am I Gregnant? Am I Gregnort? This happened to a friend of mine over Christmas. Her ex is expecting a child with his new girlfriend. Wild. Absolutely feral. This is the thing. Maybe now that I'm an adult and I'm surrounded by more adults in day-to-day life, maybe this is gonna happen more and more, that a person looks me in the eye and tells me that they're having a child. Okay, in fairness, it happened another time at work, but I don't think it counts because technically they didn't tell me. Technically it was announced in a group call and they were in the room with me. But I don't think that counts. They were also very visibly pregnant. It didn't feel like much of an announcement. Getting pregnant, no, for multiple reasons. I just think it's crazy. I can't conceptualize being 24 and feeling so far ahead in life. Like, a 24-year-old that has somehow speed ran experience until they're at the point where they're like 30. You know, okay, I think now is probably a good time to end the stream, seeing as I've spent the last 15 minutes completely not playing the game. So, thank you all for hanging out. Everything I learned about pregnancy feels like a horror film. Yeah, I try not to think about it. I try not to learn about it. It sounds rough. It sounds rough. People are very brave for doing it, I have to say, and for doing it so many goddamn times. Because what about that sounds good? It can't be that bad, because people wouldn't do it several times if it was that bad, right? People wouldn't be like, oh, I have 3 children. I did this 3 times. Surely they wouldn't do it if it wasn't fine or tolerable. Surely. People die, which is scary. That's the thing. Why would you roll the dice 3 times like that? I know it's rarer nowadays, particularly, you know, where I am in the world. It's rarer. But it's not zero. It's not a 0 chance. It could happen. And to do that 3 times is feral to me. Right, okay. Before we get too far down this rabbit hole again, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you all for hanging out. I will probably be streaming again next week. Yeah, I will probably be streaming again maybe next Monday or next Monday or Wednesday. Probably. But I will, as always, post an announcement in my Discord when I'm going live. So if you are not in my Discord, please feel free to join. There is a link further down below in, like, underneath the screen. I don't know where it is on mobile. I've never used that. Don't forget to brainstorm and send me stat ideas. I will let you know. I will try and have a think about it, because I'm sure there'll be something. And it's also okay if something pops up further into the year. Like if in March there's a running bit suddenly, we can add that in. Childbirth actually alters people's memories, feelings of the event for some people to make it easier to choose to do it again. There's no current consensus. Honestly, I'd be willing to believe that it's just like most suffering or pain, I feel like people just kind of move on from when it's done. Not all, obviously, but you know, to think of a really mild example, like everyone has that feeling when they have a cold and their nose is bunged up, where they're like, how the fuck did I not appreciate how good it was to not have this feeling? I swear when this is cleared up, I will always breathe deeply and love my life. And then the illness goes away and you completely forget that you had that. Like, you know that you had it, but you also don't, you know, you don't start appreciating the rest of the thing. It's like that. But okay, I'm actually wrapping up now. I'm actually ending the stream. I'm actually gonna go. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend when it comes. And until then, until I see you next, XOXO, go piss girl.